So the goal of this domestic scan is to help equipment fleet managers effectively communicate business case of replacing fleet assets on time and on the long-term effects of deferring that replacement. The scan examined organizations that successfully developed and implemented practices and procedures to estimate the cost of delayed replacement of DOT fleet assets beyond the optimal replacement period. The scan also gathered data that might be used to develop decision-making tools and models that can successfully communicate the long-term effects of aging the fleet assets to decision makers. The scan found 4 themes that aid in validating and communicating the long-term effects of aging government fleet assets: credibility, data, communications, and relationships. Key practices or points that resulted in fleet function credibility include data, replacement plans, external reviews and recognition, best practices, and a respected and experienced fleet manager, delivering results and being a good steward of resources. Data use was shown as key to measuring fleet health. Data is needed to identify aging fleet assets and quantifying fleet needs. Equipment management systems provide vital data for asset management. Telematics provides usage information such as meter readings and days used. Quality control of data is important. Fleets that have a good data analyst have proven to be valuable in this effort. Communication in 2 categories, general and visual, was seen as an effective way to convey fleet health. Open and effective communication with upper management and decision makers is essential. Visual representation of fleet data is easily understood and consumed and will benefit the fleet program, decision makers, and stakeholders. Several DOTs emphasize the importance of relationships, especially with decision makers. In these cases, professional relationship with decision makers and stakeholders led to effective communication and trust, which resulted in understanding of fleet needs. The SCAN team members are from DOTs from the states of Alabama, Colorado, Connecticut, Indiana, Ohio, Kansas, Michigan, Oregon, and West Virginia. The subject matter expert is from L. Kunzman Consulting. State transportation agencies that contributed to the scan include Alabama, Alaska, California, Connecticut, Idaho, Indiana, Kentucky, Louisiana, Texas, West Virginia, and Washington. CT Transit of Connecticut also presented their bus fleet operations. Recommendations made by the SCAN team based on scan findings are, under the heading of credibility, use data to determine replacement criteria to right-size the fleet to manage overall fleet costs. Share the basis of the replacement criteria with decision makers and other interested parties. Develop multi-year replacement plans and have a plan to deliver results. Stewardship. States should consider various alternative equipment disposal processes such as buyback or trade-in. And to the best of their ability, states should ensure the proceeds from fleet equipment disposal sales be returned to the fleet program. Under the heading of data, acquire and use a fleet management system capable of capturing usable and understandable data and generating meaningful reports for fleet management decisions. Create and report fleet health metrics that are accessible and provide actionable insights. And then lastly, under communication, establish regular scheduled communications with decision makers and other interested parties with the goal of communicating fleet health, needs, and trends. Engage in networking to augment communication opportunities. And last, develop and use effective visualization tools that communicate fleet health.